Back when I used to play on the PS3, Cactus was my least favorite character. As a 10-year-old kid with horrible aim, why would I want to play the sniper character that sticks in the back when I could raw dog it as Chester Chomper, munching on zombies and Cheetos at the same time? Years later, when I would pick up the game again on PC, and with my aim finally being decent, I finally gave Cactus a shot to find out what I was missing. Turns out having a near hit scan, no fall off, 33 damage hit projectile, while being able to shoot relatively quickly is pretty good. Not super commando or law P good, but definitely a top contender for the plant side. However, we aren't here to talk about that Cactus. We're here to talk about the sniper of the snipers, Camo Cactus. Camo Cactus is a peculiar character. Looking at her stats on paper, she seems like possibly the worst character in the game. Not only does she have one of the slowest firing rates, only losing to the guys that have a clip size of 1, but also has the slowest reload time with only 5 shots. With this much downtime, surely she deals massive damage, right? 33 damage a shot, which if you recall, is the same amount of damage regular Cactus does for a headshot, who shoots more than twice as fast as her. What makes this character worth playing? Well, it's the headshot damage. Dealing a whopping 66 damage, which for most zombies would wipe out over half their health in that one shot. And landing headshots is also made a lot easier as her ADS zooms in far more than any other character in the game. So that's Camo Cactus's role, right? Having a higher skill floor and ceiling than any other Cactus. Well, that's not necessarily true. Regular Cactus is still practically better in every single way. With her higher rate of fire, she has more DPS than Camo does, can fight better close range if needed, and is much better against the 200 health tanks that are All-Star and Super Brains. There is simply no good reason to play Camo Cactus aside from pure love of the game. However, I've been referring to the Garden Warfare 2 version, and although both regular Cactus and Camo Cactus had minuscule changes from the first to the second game, Camo Cactus is much more of a menace in the first game, and I wanted to cover why. Starting with the maps. Garden Warfare 2 now has plants attacking on turf takeover maps. And in most cases, it's very hard for Camo Cactus to get into a position where they can get a lay of the land from a safe place. On the bright side, when plants are defending, there are a lot of good spots for Camo Cactus to sit in. But that applies for every character in this game, as the plant defending maps are generally pretty flawed. Looking at you, Seeds of Time. Talking about flawed maps, a good 80% of the non-turf takeover maps suck for Camo Cactus. There just isn't any room to breathe with these maps. I mean, take a look at how much larger this Garden Warfare 1 map is. And don't even get me started on Time Park.
Don't let me leave, Murph! No! 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 No!
Even if there is breathing room on some of these maps, no one fights there. And even if it's a good map like Frontline Flats, that brings us to our next issue. If it's a good map for Camo Cactus, it's a good map for everyone. And that includes the 3 new zombie classes. First up, we have this little gremlin who's not only hard to hit, but requires 2 to 3 shots to kill. Not to mention the mechs they summon, which don't take headshot damage, meaning you're stuck with your 33 DPS against a 350 health tank. Then we have Super Brains, in which the fastest way to kill him is landing 3 headshots and then a body shot. And when we have Super Brains moving around like this, yeah, you aren't gonna have that time to shoot 4 shots. Then we have Camo Cactus's worst enemy, another sniper. In Garden Warfare 1, the only zombies that could contest you were Paleontologist, Super Commando, and fittingly enough, Camo Ranger. So in Garden Warfare 2, to have a whole class be able to contest you constantly and has access to right hand peeking makes things a bit more tougher for Camo Cactus. Even with these changes and additions indirectly nerfing Camo Cactus, I believe she would still be a menace in Garden Warfare 2. If it weren't for arguably the most praised quality of life change made going from Garden Warfare 1 to 2. Let's talk about the regeneration system. In Garden Warfare 2, regeneration is pretty simple. Just don't take any damage for a bit and then you'll regenerate. You even have upgrades that fasten that progress. But in Garden Warfare 1, practically most of the damage you take is permanent. To regenerate, not only do you have to wait 5 seconds, you also can't use your abilities, nor be able to shoot your weapon at all. So once you basically stand still for 5 seconds, you slowly start to regenerate. And then you'll be able to regenerate a whopping 50% of your health back. Wowee! The only way to regain any more health is by either summoning a heal zombie or have a scientist heal you. But back then, scientists didn't have access to heal beam. They were all stuck using heal station. And if you've played these games before, you know that these scientists will only be using the heal station on themselves. All in all, making healing super inconsistent. Now you might be asking, why does this matter? Well, since it's so hard for zombies to heal, most of them will be stuck at that 50% health value, in which every zombie, aside from All-Star, has 63 health. And if you fellas have been paying attention, a headshot from Camo Cactus does just enough damage to be able to one-shot them, leaving them no chance to counterattack. But let's say they are at full health, and you hit a headshot against them. That means they are practically permanently stuck in that one-shot range now. They can't just wait you out and regen like in Garden Warfare 2. There's quite a bit of fear instilled when you're at half health and you know there's a Camo Cactus on the enemy team, as all it takes is one shot. And even with All-Star looking to be the natural counter, as they take an obscene amount of shots to kill, first of all, that projectile speed is not doing any favors. And secondly, I mean, have you seen the meta of this game nowadays? Even with all these benefits, regular Cactus is still overall better, Bandit Cactus is more versatile, and Future Cactus exists. Now this isn't to say you shouldn't play Camo Cactus. Even though she's outclassed by her peers in nearly every way, the one thing they can't outclass her in is the pure satisfaction of landing a headshot.